Hello and welcome back. We are currently at week 14. I did post a note in the news Friday about Project 15 grades. I did receive a couple of emails. Um, a face-to-face class showed me that I actually had the grade in there, and I guess I had it in for both classes. Um, the project itself is optional, so I didn't want to feel that you had to do it to get a grade. Um, I don't want you to do it to make you feel like you had to do it to get a grade. So I just went ahead and give you guys the points for it because, like I said, it was supposed to be optional. Yeah, or project one. Well, the whole thing should have been optional, but make sure you do take a look at it. If you want to do it, that's fine. Go ahead and submit it. I'll take a look at it, but you don't have to, and that's why I give you points for it. Let's see. Going into week 14. We don't have it. We have a test next week, and that's our last test. Um, that should be what you should be preparing for within these last 2 weeks. The assignment size is fairly small. Yeah, there's only a few 14s. Um, Make sure that if you don't have the grade you want, you're going back to those previous weeks. And I know you can't click them, but simply going to the Dropbox and then going to the projects. Actually, I can create links for that. I can put the projects also here, so when you click the Dropbox, you can see that. And make sure you're going back to the discussions and going through the discussions, and make sure you have the entirety of the 20% of your grade that you should have. At this point, you should walk away with a B if you just participated in discussion, lab simulations, labs that we only did from chapters 2 to 6, and then projects that we've continually been doing. Let's see. When we get into next week, like I said, we do have a test covering 13, 14, and 15. The final exam is also open that week, so you got a few things to do all the way until May the 7th. I have to double check that. May the 8th. So there's a little stuff to do to the 7th. I'll try to submit grades the 8th. The only possibility of that hanging up is if I get somebody trying to turn stuff in late and requesting some more time. That's the only hang up that'll do that. Let's see. But overall, I should be able to get the grades in the morning of the 8th, and you should see that with roughly 2 days. I think it takes the server to update in eWolf. So on the 10th, you should actually see a grade in your transcripts. Let's see what else. Front Range Larimer is starting MTA testing, so that's Microsoft Technology Associate. With your CNG 132-500 class, you should be able to complete the MTA and Security Plus. Larimer campus is, I think, the only campus that is currently testing students at the end of the semester for MTAs. If you are interested in this, please email and let me know. I can try to find a time for you to come down to Larimer campus. All you need is your ID, and you and I can sit down and you can take the certification for that. So that is free this semester. It will not be free next semester. So once again, if you want to come down to Larimer campus, please let me know. I will schedule a time to meet you so we can get this test knocked out of the way so you can get a certification out of this course. Make sure that what else? Make sure that you have your security policies in. No one does. I'm trying to think of who I got permissions to use. I will do a short video run into the face-to-face class tomorrow. There's a few submissions with the security policy. I'll get a sample up to show you. Make sure you're doing the Kaplan tests. This is an easy way to make up tests. Get that score to 100%. So you should walk out of here with a free 5% doing that Kaplan quiz. That's just showing me that you have access to that. And I believe that covers everything for how we're going to wrap up. Now, when we go into week 14, I believe we're covering, business continuity. We talk about disaster recovery plans. We talk about threats. 14 and 15 are both chapters that really get the entirety of the book and kind of wrap it up in this nice little package. You just review concepts from the entire book. Learn to review, once again, hot sites, warm sites, cold sites. See how that plays out with security policy or user access control. It's I think 14 and 15 are probably the best chapters that I've seen wrap up in a book for a few books now. And I believe that's it. Make sure you start turning in the Kaplan test and security policy. I'll post a video of the security policy tomorrow as soon as I get permission to use the students. So that way you can see what a security policy looks like. So remember, it should be your security policy needs to be two subjects. Whether you do one on key management, which is physical key management, where people have to check out keys and then return the keys before they leave their position. Could be a clean desk policy, could be a password policy. There are many aspects to a security policy that you can do, and having those two topics will definitely get you at least 2 to 3 contents worth of page. And that's what I'm looking for. I will put another video of a Kaplan test. I need to queue that up. Once again, it's just take a picture of you and your score. Get that free 5% for this course, and it'll help you in rehearsing for the CompTIA Security Plus exam. And I believe that's it for the kickoff. I'll check again tomorrow and show a brief video of what the security policy is. Maybe even show you some alternate turn-ins for the Kaplan test. So have a good week. Start preparing for the end. Reach out to me if you have any questions. See you soon.